Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week I'm going to take a look at some of the simple items that I use to improve my hunting strike rate. But first up, I'm out for some winter ratting. Right, well, as you can see, I'm out ratting tonight and there are a few on the move. Bit of a change to the kit. I'm using a different night vision unit from usual. This is the Pard NV008 LRF, and it's a lot smaller and lighter than I'm used to. And it's certainly doing the business so far tonight. And it makes for a really nice combo with the FX Impact Mk2, which I've obviously been using quite a lot for ratting. Really handy having the high capacity magazine on here. Now, winter's rolling on, temperatures are getting colder, and the rats are really starting to build up on this farm, so I'm going to stop talking and crack on with it. Well, that bank is always a productive area. There must have been 3 or 4 rats out then. I'm going to keep a very close eye on it because I wouldn't be at all surprised if the other ones were soon back out. I was starting to wonder if that one was ever going to roll out from there. As expected, that was another one from that busy spot on the bank. And another one from that same spot. There must be a nest of them amongst the rubble.
Effective rat control is all about shooting with precision, and I find the best way to do that is from a sitting position and using sticks or a tripod. Having reliable kit is vital when you're heading out after dark, and the stealth provided by night vision optics is a huge asset. Even when using night vision optics, some rats are just too fidgety to offer a shot. But there are lots about tonight, and plenty are making the mistake of hanging around.
Well, we're seeing a few rats, and the Pard's performing really nicely. Now, as I mentioned at the outset, this is the LRF model, and that means it's got an onboard laser rangefinder, and that is a really, really handy feature. With the FX Impact being a bullpup, the scope happens to be mounted quite high above the barrel, so even at relatively short ranges like this, I'm zeroed at about 15 metres. But if a rat is as near as 10 metres, I'm probably having to give it about 30 millimetres of hold over. And then further away at about 20 metres, I'm probably needing about the same in hold under. So, unless you know exactly how far away your target is, you can really get your aim points far enough off to have a clean miss. So, just that confirmation of distances is a really handy feature.
A point that I've mentioned before but is worth reiterating is the fact that the infrared lamp on the sight only looks bright because we're using night vision cameras. It is virtually invisible to the naked eye, and that's why it's not frightening the rats.
Well, had to wait quite a lot longer for that shot, but to be honest, I'm not entirely surprised. The night's really wearing on now, and we have shot quite a few from this spot.
It's getting late in the session, so I've switched off the Pard's integral infrared illuminator to help extend its battery life for as long as possible. I'm also checking the time, which is a clear sign that the action is really slowing down now.
Well, I had to wait an absolute age for that chance, so I'm going to make that the last one of the night. But we've shot a few rats, and most significantly, the Pard has really impressed me. It's performed well, and of course the Impact Mk2, as ever, has been right on the money. So I'm going home to thaw out now after I've picked up these rats, but you can rest assured we'll be back again for more very soon. Another decent night's ratting there. Next up, a few simple items that should help you to put more in the bag. People often ask me for advice on things that should help to improve their hunting results. Now, the obvious one is fieldcraft, because that's what gets you close to your quarry. Obviously it takes a lot of time to learn, and the only way to learn it is to get out there and observe what's going on around you. Now, it's also important to have a decent, accurate gun and scope combo, but there are a few smaller kit bag items and accessories that can make a big difference. And the first one for me is decent scope mounts. It's vitally important, but often overlooked. There is just no point at all in having a brilliant airgun and a great set of optics, and then putting a weak link in between the two. Now, I've been using Sportsmatch scope mounts for years. They come in numerous variations to suit different guns and different scopes, and they've never let me down. The next thing that I really rate is a laser rangefinder. And you want something small that you can easily stow in your pocket, like this one by Hawk. Now, the advantage with a laser rangefinder is that knowing the exact distance to your target makes a huge difference when it comes to applying correct holdover and hold under when taking shots. And even shooters like me who have been shooting for decades and like to think that we can estimate range pretty well by eye will never compete with a laser rangefinder when it comes to accuracy. Another thing that can play a massive part in helping you hit the target is gun support. Now, you can make a decent enough tripod simply by lashing 3 sticks together, but I've been using the Primos trigger stick, and it's absolutely brilliant. Its adjustable length means that it's great not only for sitting and kneeling shots, but also for standing shots. Now, it isn't cheap, but I've had this one for 4 or 5 years and it's still going strong. Moving on to really simple, affordable accessories, I'm rarely without my beanbag shooting seat. Now, it just provides a comfortable, dry, stable shooting seat just about anywhere, and it's absolutely perfect for hide shooting. And I'm actually sitting on it now. Mine is the camo shooter's cushion from Range Right, and it didn't cost very much at all. Now, another very affordable accessory is a camo head net. Now, I've got several made by numerous different manufacturers, and they all do pretty much the same thing, and it's just a really cheap, small accessory that you can easily keep stuffed in the pocket of your hunting jacket. Now, the thing is, it makes a huge difference. There is absolutely no point at all in having a really nice camo hunting jacket and then wildlife being able to see the pale skin of your face from literally a mile away. Now, if you just pop on a camo head net, the problem is quickly solved. The last thing that I'm going to include in this roundup is a decent pair of gloves, and it's something that I really don't think you should skimp on. Now, apart from keeping your fingers warm, they also boost concealment by helping to hide your hands. I usually wear Mk2s. They're not the cheapest, but they are incredibly comfortable and offer a fantastic degree of grip and feel, so you can still read the trigger really well through them. So that's some of the items that I use to improve my hunting, or at least make it more comfortable. As I said at the outset, the single most important one is fieldcraft. It can't be bought and it takes a long time to acquire, but it does make a huge difference. So if you keep observing and keep learning, you will keep improving.
Don't miss the award-winning Airgun Shooter magazine. It's packed with hunting features, reviews, tactics and insight to help you become an even more successful shooter. Get your copy today in shops or online.
That's all we've got time for this week, but as ever, we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And of course, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year from myself and the rest of the team at the Airgun Show. And don't forget, if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits that you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.